of board members for the municipality. Number 3 is issues regarding human resource and staffing. Number 4 is weak governance and ineffective oversight by the municipal board. Number 5, failure to meet the objective of the municipality. Number 6 is non-implementation of annual investment plan. And lastly, non-implementation of environmental and social impact assessment and management report of April 2023. Chair.
Governor, before we go to the water, maybe just you are opening remarks on this particular one before we go to actual queries, because you've realized most of them, especially towards the end, these are policy issues. So we don't know, maybe you don't have a board, or the manager has not been resourced well, or we don't know. Maybe just give an overview, then we can zero in on just one, because we've seen basically on independence of the municipality and accounting issues. We just pick one, accounting issues and the independence.
Thank you, Chair. First and foremost, I want to appreciate the auditor and this House for the guidance they have been giving us, and we want to state here, Chair, that we are improving. This is a fairly new municipality. It used to be a town council, but after the counties came, we again disappeared from council, and then we reappeared way late after 10 years after devolution. We are now starting to build structures, and I want to say that already we have a functional board, and the challenges that we are having, we are surmounting them. Major challenge, Chair, has been because the municipality has been under the department, but now, Chair, we have approved at the cabinet to detach the municipality so that they have their own budget line. They can run their affairs independently. That is why you see several challenges which are attached to the non-autonomy. But with the it becoming autonomous, it will be okay. The only challenge is that the cabinet approval came in the middle of the financial year. Therefore, we are going to implement from the beginning of July. We will have it in autonomous and have its own. On the policies, Chair, we have all the policies in draft, and I have instructed the municipal manager and the board that these policies must be approved in the next 2 weeks. I have seen the drafts, and I think I'm satisfied that they can now go ahead and approve them, and then we can be able to do so. That is majorly on policies. All policies are now ready because we have a functional board at the municipality level. And then, Chair, majorly the reason why we have not implemented many things like the environmental impact assessment, investment plan, failure to meet some of the objectives is because of this non-autonomy. In Elgeyo Marakwet, we have a law where all the monies go to the wards, and it's divided at the wards. So we only have 20 wards. So we are creating a 21st ward in the municipality by making it autonomous. So we have requested the members of public that they accept we have a municipality as number 21 ward, so that they can have as budget line. So, Chair, it will also need us to amend the Equitable Development Act that is being used from 2014 at the county level, so that we can be able to get these monies and the municipal can be able. But currently, as it is, we are supporting the municipal from the county executive. Otherwise, after autonomization, making it autonomous in July, all the challenges, Chairman, that you are seeing here will be finished, and therefore all the policies, I want to promise this committee that in another 1 or 2 weeks all these policies will be approved. They are in draft now. They will be approved. Subsequently, we'll adopt them at the county executive.
Don't say 2 weeks is too ambitious. It's good to ask for good time, so that when you come back, 2 weeks might be.
Chair, they have already done all the stakeholder engagement, so we don't see.
We can give you a month.
A month is very generous, Chair. I will appreciate.
Okay. So, Auditor, go to lack of operational and financial independence of the municipality. Basically, it touches also what the governor has discussed, but read the query, and then he'll respond. And then from there, we'll give members opportunity to ask queries.
Thank you, Chair. This query appears in report of lawfulness and effective use of public resources. number one, lack of operational and financial independence of the municipality. As reported in the previous year, review of documents presented for audit revealed that Iten Tambach municipality was granted a municipality charter on 28th December 2018, which was supposed to grant operational independence from the county government of Elgeyo Marakwet. However, review of municipalities' operations revealed lack of autonomy because the budget was prepared and controlled by the county executive via funding through the Kenya Urban Support Program 2 between the national government of the Republic of Kenya and the county government of Elgeyo Marakwet, an agreement under grant number E208 KE funded by the World Bank. The municipality's expenditure was controlled by the county treasury and did not have an independent operation account. This was contrary to Section 9(1) of Urban Areas and Cities Act 2011, which states that the county governor may, on resolution of the county assembly, confer the status of a municipality on a town that meets the criteria set out in subsection 3 by grant of a charter in the prescribed form. In addition, it contravenes Section 12(1) of the Urban and Areas and Cities Act 2011, which states that the management of the city and municipality shall be vested in the county government and administered on its behalf by a board, a manager appointed pursuant to Section 28, and such other staff or officers as the county public service may determine. In the circumstance, management was in breach of the law.
Governor, your response?
Thank you, Chair. I want to say that the funds allocated to the Iten municipality for the financial year 2024-2025 were budgeted by the county executive under the Department of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, and approved as part of the consolidated county budget. The municipality now has a board and a manager vested with the responsibility of management of the municipality. The county executive has approved a budget line and consideration for allocation of funds in this coming budget, Chair, as attached in the cabinet memo. Therefore, it will actually, if you look at the Annex 3B, Chair, you will see that we will see an extract of the cabinet minutes saying Iten municipality budget line allocation for the financial year 2025-26, and therefore, Chair, we want to, if I read it quickly, is that the CCM Lands once gave a cabinet memo requesting the establishment of a dedicated budget line for the Iten municipality with his own budget. That means making it autonomous. As a growing urban center, the administrative headquarters of Elgeyo Marakwet County plays a critical role in economic development, infrastructure expansion, and service delivery to the residents. A dedicated budget line will ensure sustained municipal development and to address the financial needs. I went ahead to elaborate that, and this will actually have four items which will streamline operations, enhance accountability, support urban development, and foster sustainable growth. And upon the deliberation of the cabinet, Chair, it was approved, and the request for the creation of budget line for Iten municipality separate from the Department of Lands, therefore granting it autonomy, Chair.
Auditor, your comments on what the governor said?
Chair, I want to appreciate what the governor is saying, and his responses is a lot futuristic, and in this case, the query is still outstanding. However, we will endeavor to review the current position of the governor in the next audit cycle.
It's senators, members. Bukwa.
Governor, the auditor is querying that the budget is still being approved by the executive. And I think the memo you are alluding to the same will be happening, because it's like you are saying it's the same thing will be continuing. We would have expected you to say maybe you have opened an operation account for the municipality, and maybe you are there are staff, specific staff, not seconded but deployed to the municipality, so that we can convince this committee you are working towards full independence of the municipality.
Senator Beth.
Thank you, Chair. I keenly followed what the auditor said, that the response from the management is futuristic. So I would request the governor to give specific, concrete steps that he's taking with the timelines to confirm what, when, and how he is ensuring that is independence of the municipalities.
Governor, mine is, if you check the response that you've done here, you've said the management commits to open an operational account. What does it take to open an account? You know, the municipal manager should have told us by now there is already a resolution by the board to open an account in this particular bank, and we'll open in the next 1, 2, 3 weeks. The way you have told us, the policies will be done in the next 2 weeks. So, you know, the municipal manager, you know, it's good to, do you have any challenge? And secondly, Chair, Governor, what happens is if you check all the issues, they operate around the same thing, that they don't have an account. So the executive is still even paying, and you've not done formal deployment or seconding employees to the municipal. So maybe the best thing to do is just let them open an account, convince the MCS as the 21st ward, they get the 30 or 40 million, and then you give them employees. You second the employees from the county there, so that, you know, this audit query does not arise again. You know the reason, you know, this is a very small municipal. I think the reason why it's a municipal, it is because it's a county headquarters. Yeah.
Chair,
and maybe, Chair, because you are also the local senator, some of us are confused. I thought there was a town called Iten and another one called Itabach. Is it one and the same?
Let the governor respond to that.
Thank you, Chair. I will start with Senator Mutua, Senator Bogwa's question on the Tambach. It's just a connected town. It's just one place. It's just a name, just like it here and maybe Upper Hill. It's just the same. So we connected it, and secondly, we qualified to be a county headquarters by the virtue of being a municipality, by virtue of being a county headquarters. That is why we are trying to ensure that it's a bigger.
There's not 200,000 people.
So
our population is about 500.
It's 480, around 500,000. So that 200,000 would be half of the county. So I want to secondly appreciate the comments by the members and even the auditor to say that the reason why we have not we have deployed chair and we have staff, including the municipal manager. We have staff who are working for the municipal as we speak, and we have a board. The reason why we have not, it's not formal, and the auditor is right that it is not distinct, is because we have not moved the budget line. So what we want to do, we want to move the budget line, including the staff costs of these people. They will be paying their salaries at the municipal. So as soon as we move that budget line in July, then we will even formally, they will not be county executive staff now. They will be belonging to the municipality. And secondly, Chair, currently we are not approving for them activities. They do the activities with the board. So even whatever the county executive does is just to, because the budget is still with the department, it is just to pay for them what they want to do. And also to say about the operational account, they have already written to the CEC Finance, and the CEC Finance has approved for them to open an operational account. The challenge is, even if we open this account, what money will they be using in that operations account? What happens is that the money that we have currently, that we received recently for the World Bank, is not expendable from an operational account at any commercial bank. We are given a strict guidance by the World Bank regulations that we have to operate a special purpose account at the central bank, which is what we are using now. Even the department is not, this money is not even in the department, it is actually within the, it's not even in CRF, it is actually in a special purpose account in CBK, which actually the municipal manager has to sign, approved by the board, for them to expend that money. So therefore, we are not really autonomous now, but operations now are almost autonomous. It's only that we have not formally moved them to their own. So Chair, I want to say that after the financial year ends, because this one will need a lot of challenge, a lot of approvals, we want to say that we are going to transfer them to go to their own vote, to their own, they do their own things, and then we support them from that end. But we appreciate that the comments from the committee members that we should be able to do it as quickly as possible.
Senator Agnes Kavindo.
Yes, thank you, Chair. I've heard the governor say that even if they open the account, there is nothing to be operated from there. But I want to ask, are they not collecting any revenues from the market? Is there not any collection, even the shops, people who go there to do any market business? Why can the account be opened and that funds be put in that account? And also the monies that you are supporting them with come through the account, and they plan what they want to do with it, because definitely they do their planning and you support. So why can that money come through that account and you give them the space now to operate, even before you give them the autonomy? Because the law is very clear, the autonomy has to be there and they have to do their own functions. I'm sure the executive is collecting the revenue. That revenue that is collected by the executive, why can't it be banked in that account for them? Or you give them the autonomy of collecting the revenue and bank it there. You are still in control, Governor, because you are the governor of Marakwet. And you will give instructions to them. You are not devolving nothing. You are just giving them the autonomy. You are still the CEO of the county. So what is so hard in doing that, Governor?
Thank you, Chair. How devolution was structured, Chair and our member, is that we collect all the monies and we don't spend at source. Any coin that you get, it's only now the shaman, which is FIF, which is supported by FIF law. Everything now is supposed to be collected, swiped to CBK CRF account, and then it is expended through the budget. Therefore, what will even if they were to collect today, they were not going to spend. It was still going to be swiped, and then they don't have a budget line again. It will still be a challenge. It will still go to the department again. So what has been challenging us, Chair, is because these people are not autonomous. This municipal is not autonomous, and I want to say that the concerns of the member here is what we are going to do is immediately we are done with autonomy. We will immediately we are done with the autonomy. We will actually give them to collect, and when they collect, even if it goes to CRF, they will still get their money back to the operation account at the municipal level. So that challenge of autonomy is actually what is. Even if we tell them to collect now, they will not spend that money at source. It has to come back to CRF. It comes to CRF, you need a fourth line to expend. It will still need the same budget and the same autonomy that we require.
Chair, that's not what the law says, but I would like to ask legal to read the law about the municipality.
I want you
and you also comment on that.
I want you to read, because yesterday I was here, I was chairing. I was with Senator Mbukwa, Senator Beth, and your colleague, not Lily Agnes, Angela, and the governor from Mokweni. So after the conversation that we had, the the law was very clear that the relationship between the municipal and the executive is an agency. And the agent, the law does not allow the agent to collect. But the money will be sent to CRF, and the governor executive now can send some money as a grant to the municipal to operate. But you know, in the past, for the last week or so, what we've been telling the governors is what my colleagues and other cabinet is saying, that you can collect your own source revenue, but the law does not allow you that way. So I want you to read, because, and we had agreed yesterday that we need to have a kamkunji between ourselves and the legal council so that we have the same mind. So can you read?
Thank you, Chair. I'd just like to start by expressing that what Chair has stated on the principal and agent relationship. This can be found in Section 11 of the Urban Areas and Cities Act. And if you look at Section 11, and this is B, it states that the governance and management of urban areas and cities shall be based on the following principles. One being the recognition of the principal and agency relationship between the boards of urban areas and cities and their respective county governments, including one, the carrying out by a board of such functions as may be delegated by the county government. 2, financial accountability to the county government. And 3, the governance by each board for and on behalf of the county government. It further goes on to indicate that another principle is the clear assignment of functions. Now, on the issue of financial independence, I would like to draw the attention of the committee to the provision of Section 20. And in Section 20 of the Act, it provides under 1L that subject to the provisions of this Act, a board or a city or municipality shall prepare and submit its annual budget estimates to the relevant county treasury for consideration and submission to the county assembly for approval as part of the annual county appropriations bill. What does this mean? It means that it is the responsibility of the board to carry out preparation of its own budget. Therefore, if you are to even look at Section 43 on the funds of the board, where is this board supposed to get money? It clearly indicates that which has been appropriated and approved by the county assembly. So this is where the board is to actually get one of its sources of revenue. The other, in the same Section 43, it states that these are also monies and assets on the funds of this board, monies and assets that may accrue to the board in exercise of its functions. Now, on just those two alone, we look at the semi-autonomous function of the financial. So it's supposed to give its own budget estimates to the county treasury, and therefore now the county treasury is to now take it for consideration to the county assembly for consideration and approval. And that is now where it will now get its first sum to operate, because it will set the estimates. Then on the operation, yes, it has been set out in terms of a structure where it has a board and the staff that are deployed by the county service board. However, we need to go back to the principles. And the principles is that it is an agent and the principal is the county government. So it is still semi-autonomous in that respect. If we are to look at issues of its operations, the principles has been set out, this is in Section 12, still go back to saying that which has been assigned by the county assembly, by the county government, so in terms of the functions.
So, Chair, when we reach there now, because that is very clear, I go back to the Auditor General. What is this autonomy that you're telling them to give now? And can it be very clear the way the law is clear, even as we ask them for the autonomy, to give them the autonomy? And it should be made very clear to them, even when you go to audit, what kind of autonomy they should give, because...
Yes. Thank you, Chair. In terms of operational. Now, in terms of governance, we recognize the fact that they were given a charter and the board is in place. The board is the oversight of the municipality. Now, the board being the oversight, during budget preparation stage, it's supposed to be tabled at the board for consideration. In this case, this was not happening because it was being taken to the executive directly. That's one aspect that we looked at in terms of autonomy. The second, we looked at the financial. Now, the financial, the budget is being prepared at the county executive, which means the staff of the municipality are not involved in the preparation. Now, when we go to operational aspect, we also looked at it in terms of who has the authority to spend. Now, you'll find all expenditures incurred by the municipality are being done at the county treasury. So that is the extent of our autonomy that we really require, because now the law, as having been read, it is very clear.
I think we are in agreement.
Yes.
The governor has said next financial year, the municipal board will prepare the budget, it will go to treasury and the county assembly to approve. So you are right. They are not semi-autonomous now, but the governor has promised that in the next financial year, basically this will be sorted out. So the query is still there.
Yes, Chair.
Yeah, so I think that is what we need to understand. Kavindo?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I think, Governor, now this is very clear. Kindly give them the semi-autonomy that they need so that they can do their own budget, bring it to the county assembly for approval, let them do their operations the way they are supposed to do them. Thank you.
Maybe, Chair.
Yes, Professor.
Thank you, Chair. Maybe I wanted to touch something on the revenue, because for revenue, I think we are guided by PFM regulation 61 and part of 62, where just as it has been indicated, you see, the receiver of revenue is supposed to be appointed. Then he is supposed to appoint the other collectors of revenue, just as the senator was saying. So those are just appointed personally, so that they can collect on behalf of the county treasury. But this money is the appropriations, so it cannot be spent direct to money from the entity. It has to be transferred to the revenue, the treasury account, so that now it can be spent, because that is where their budget has been taken to. Because now when they make their budget estimate, this budget estimate from the entity, not by the department as it has been indicated. It is coming from the entity. If it is the municipal council, municipality, then it is taken to the county for approval. So this forms the larger budget for the whole county, though it belongs to the municipality. I think that is what I could say, Chair.
Good, Governor, you've heard. I just wanted you to say something on the municipal. Do they have motor vehicles, land, buildings, and what are you doing between now and next financial year to ensure that anything that they own, they are transferred in the next? Because there is a query on non-disclosure of property, so that we can go to water. Just make some comment and then we move to water.
Yeah, as I earlier said, majority of the challenges in this query, all the queries are interrelated to this autonomy issue. I want to promise the committee that as soon as we sort out this financial year, this autonomy issue, we have currently, they even have a vehicle. We have acquired a vehicle for them. They have their own building and offices. So, Chair, they have assets, but the challenge is the auditor cannot easily pick those assets unless we transfer them to the municipality, and that is going to be our next item after transferring after giving them their budget line and having their own budget, we transfer the staffing costs and everything, and even the staff clearly demarcated, and then we now go to assets. Then we will separate them to work together. But I want to agree that the only conflict that maybe the auditor will come and find in Elgeyo Marakwet is that the relationship between Equitable Development Act of Elgeyo Marakwet, the Urban and Cities Act, and the PFM Act. Somehow the Urban and Cities Act are in tandem with the PFM Act in terms of how money flow. But in Elgeyo Marakwet, we have an Equitable Development Act which straight says you divide the money into 20 wards. So I have actually to convince my MCAs also, so that they allow to ensure that we have a 21st entity that will be receiving money. So, but I know when there is a law for the county, usually the upper law supersedes what happens. So PFM in this case will, an Urban and Cities Act, will be able to guide us. So I want to promise this committee at all costs we will ensure that this works very well, and to ensure that it is also good for me as a governor. Because when I have a functional board, I will not be really struggling with the town issues. They will be running their own independently, and it will really even help me to have a better legacy as a governor.
Good. Coming to an Buko first.
Okay, thank you, Chair. And even as you give me a chance, I've looked at the expression of legal counsel when the governor was talking, and clearly there's something he wanted to say. But for me, Governor, I'm worried. You know, Elgeyo Marakwet and Nyandarua share very many things, including being left behind and also growing potatoes. What are you doing to develop another municipality? Because we are losing. We are not getting money from the World Bank. We have other towns like, I think, Kapsoya. What is a strategic plan maybe to have another municipality so that Elgeyo Marakwet can get this money from World Bank? Otherwise, I think you are the only county with one municipality now.
Yes, Chair. Thank you very much, Chair. The criteria for creating a municipality, Chair, sometimes is very rigorous as per the Urban and Cities Act, especially when you are not the only privilege you can be given affirmative action is when you are maybe the legal counsel, when you are a county headquarters. But we have, I think my CC is here, the land CC. We have commenced the Kapsawar municipality process, and in the process also we are upgrading some other towns. We are making them to be towns, and then subsequently we prepare them for municipality status. And I think we have done some infrastructural improvement near Kapsawar and the environment so that we can prepare them for municipality. We want to attract people to come closer to that area so that we can be able. Unfortunately, Elgeyo Marakwet, we have forest cutting us in between everything. So if you want to connect two towns, there is usually a forest cutting in behind, and the law, the Urban and Cities Act is very clear. So maybe I will give my CC to expound on what we are doing.
Let him comment if we can combine Kapsawar Chiptongi.
Yes, that is exactly what I want him to.
Yeah. Or if it is difficult, Chibororo, Kapcharo.
Yes, Honorable Chair, thank you for that question. On behalf of the department, I want to report to the members, Chair, that we've initiated the process of creating another municipality combining Kapsawar and other neighboring urban centers, even all the way to Cheptonge. And Chair, the process is ongoing. As to whether we will meet the minimum conditions, we will face it when we reach there. For us, we want to believe that we have the numbers and we can meet the conditions. Chair, in the event that we don't qualify as a municipality, we will create urban or towns. We will create towns, because there is likelihood in the near future that there will be also funding for already established town areas. So we will go that direction so that we will be ready for municipality if we don't meet the minimum conditions. Thank you, Chair.
Avid, anything, and then we move.
Yeah, Chair, I needed the governor to give us timeline of when he's going to transfer those properties to the municipality, because you're just saying after you've given them autonomy, then you will transfer. Give us timeline, and so that, Governor, once you give them autonomy, and you even allow them maybe to collect the revenue, you'll be surprised. You get more money than what the executive is collecting when they are collecting there and still putting it in the account that you need. So give us timeline, Governor, please.
Chair, I want to confirm, I want to commit that in July, I will have done all those. But for asset transfers, we can commence that immediately because that will not need even a budget line. We can start with the assets, and then in July, now all the other financial and everything else can move. And as indicated by Dr. from National Treasury, the A strategy will ring fence the money for them through whatever they collect. It will still go through the same process of CRF, but will still come back. But I wanted to request this honorable committee and even the House, and it should come as a recommendation, that you can still tighten, you can still find a way to tighten the Urban and Cities Act or even the PFM or something in case of municipality. The way you went around for health facilities, I'm sure you've heard that now FIF is actually functioning very well. That we don't have county executive or even CEC and CO interfering with the functions of an health center dispensary. If we can be able to get another almost similar arrangement for urban and cities, that's why even Nairobi, I'm sure even Nairobi still has the same challenge as a city, and even Eldoret, I was talking to my colleague, if possible, they can almost behave like what we are doing in SHA monies. You collect, your money comes to your account and you proceed, but of course you still report like anybody else.
So, Chair, I think through the COG, you can communicate to the Senate or to this committee so that you give us what you want us to do and what amendments you want us to make, and we'll do it through COG. You come together, because it runs across all the counties. Then you give us the issues that you're facing. We amend the law for you.
Well guided, well guided.
You know, the patient is the one who knows where it's paining. So, and there'll be resistance also. You know, like Nairobi City is one. I mean, the city is one and everything is one. You go to Eldoret, Mombasa, they might want to executive most of own source revenues from those particular entities. So it will there'll also be resistance. Legal council.
All counties will lose. All counties will lose the reporting, the revenue. That's why everyone wants to stay with everything so that you report higher revenue.
Chair, just to be brief on the issue of assets and property, I'd like to just draw the committee to section 12, and this is subsection 2, which gives the board's legal status. And how are they giving legal status? First, it allows the board to be a body corporate with perpetual succession and a common seal, and shall in its corporate name be capable of suing and being sued, taking, purchasing, acquiring, holding, charging, or disposing of movable and immovable property, borrowing money and making investments, entering into contracts, or doing or performing all other acts or things for the proper performance of its functions in accordance with the Act. Therefore, in order for this, once it has received its monies from the County Assembly, it now already has operational status. It has a system whereby it can now even acquire its own assets by its own property. So the issue of transfer may not be what is hindering it per se. It's the issue of the money first. Is it preparing its budget, and is it receiving that budget so that it can operate as a body corporate? Chair, thank you.
So, Municipal Manager, and it's clear. So you sit with your board and do your 2026-27 budget. So, Auditor, let's go to the Iten water.
Thank you, Chair.
An overview on the two water companies, and then we look for issues that are cross-cutting, maybe two or so, and then basically we close.
Yeah, Chair, the overview for, let me first introduce report of the Auditor General, Iten Tambach on Iten Tambach Water and Sewage Company Limited for the year ended 30th June 2025. and report of the Auditor General on Cherengani, Marakwet Water and Sanitation Company Limited for the year ended 30th June 2025. Chair, E10 Tambach Water, I had 11 issues, 10 are not addressed, while the other one had 13 and none has been addressed. And the issues that are in these reports for E10 Tambach Water is long outstanding payable. We have asset with the nil book value, unconfirmed value and ownership of land. We have issues with gender on the board. The gender aspects were not adhered to. We have the issue about ethnicity, failure to submit annual climate change performance report, non-revenue water, and lack of policies. So under E10 Tambach Water, the key issues here is long outstanding payable and non-revenue water. And on Cherengani Water, we have lack of accounting system, lack of ownership document for property, plant and equipment, unsupported share capital, matters to do with ethnicity. We have prolonged acting appointment. We have non-revenue water, lack of licenses from WASREB, breach of data protection laws, failure to develop policies, failure to carry out internal audit, and lastly, lack of service charter. And Chair, under this, the most key areas that we need to discuss would be non-revenue water and lack of licenses from WASREB.
Good. Then, Governor, can you make comments on what we are not going to discuss? Make comments on policies, the board. We have so many women in Marakwet County, and you know, one of the members has pointed you came with only men today. So even in the board, you have the same issue.
The query is there. Now you answer.
So talk about the policies and those ones, and then we'll deal with the two.
Thank you very much, Chair. I think the year under review, we had not constituted the board, especially for Chemawasko. We now have Chemawasko. It's chaired by a lady. And secondly, we are reconstituting the board for Itwasko. Therefore, Chair, the challenge that our member for Machakos will be addressed, I will address it conclusively in the next board. And also, Chair, on matters policies, I want to say that all the policies are attached that were missing, but they are still on draft also. But I want to confirm that we are going to sort out the policies issues probably in another 1 month, just like the municipal. And Chair, I have to address the issue of coming back here and having a lot of unresolved matters. I have currently in the county appointed one accountant who is going to be specifically dealing with audit recommendations. We have realized that we have issues which come out from the audit reports and even from the control of budget reports, and we have realized that everyone will be running with their own daily duties, and there is no one to actually give timelines on addressing these challenges. So therefore, going forward, some of these challenges that we see, we are going to have them now proactively. There will be someone on daily basis actually following up, so that when we come to this committee, we will be addressing some of them. Chair, some of the challenges we have are government procedures, especially on land issues. The land in question was actually owned by Sirikwa County Council. Sirikwa Council used to cover our Singishu, Elgeyo, Marakwet. even before I was born, that it could be in the 60s, and the title for the land, for example, in Iten is being shared by national government institutions, county government institutions. So there is some suckers there that brings us some challenges, but the process has really started, is progressing very well. So some of the unresolved prior year matters revolve around some of these challenges that need a lot of institutions which are not directly linked, under the governor. That is why you can see them sometimes a bit slow. But I want to say that we are pursuing very many other options to ensure that these two companies are actually, they are fairly small companies. We are introducing this item to Elgeyo Marakwet residents, both in Kapsawar, Kapcherop, and Iten. And we want to say that we are reforming so many items, including automation, introduction of smart meters, and all that, as a futuristic issue to address many of the challenges. So that is in a nutshell what we are trying to do, so that we can be able to address some of the challenges, including non-revenue water, all these challenges that the auditor has actually mentioned. That is just in an overall overview, Chair.
Auditor, please go to non-revenue water for Iten Tambach water, and then touch on Jerangani. Then from there, the governor will respond, and then we go to the final query.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. Non-revenue water for Iten Tambach. The statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income reflects operating revenue water sale amount of 36,190,330 as disclosed in Note 6 to the financial statement. Records provided for review indicate that the company produced a total of 731,444 cubic meters of water during the year, out of which 515,032 cubic meters of water was billed to customer for Kenya shilling 36,190,330, while the balance of 216,411 cubic meters of water was
Proceed.
Yes, approximately 30% of total volume of water produced reported non-revenue water. This was contrary to WASREB guidelines, which set the acceptable level of non-revenue water at 25% of the total water production. The volume of 36,068 cubic meters is approximately 5% above the allowable loss of 25%, prescribed, billed at an average rate of 67 shillings and 46 per cubic meters, resulted in loss of sales estimated to be Kenya shillings 2,433,147. In the circumstance, the significant level of non-revenue water had a negative impact on the company profitability and could affect sustainability of its operations.
Was the non-revenue water for Jerangani?
I'll read also the statement of profit.
Don't have records for the water they produce, so it's not possible to establish. That's what the response say.
So the Jerangani, there are no records?
There are no records.
So what did you audit anything?
We reported that there were no records.
Okay.
Yes.
So Governor, your response?
Chair, I will start with the Iten Water Company. The management acknowledges the audit observation regarding the high level of non-revenue water amounting to 10 million, which was reported at 30% total production, exceeding the WASREP recommendation of 25%. Chair, it should be noted also that just off the cuff that when I was here last time, the non-revenue water for Iten was 31%. So we have come down 1% to 30%. Management analysis indicates that approximately 70% of these losses are attributed to commercial losses, primarily illegal connections, unauthorized consumption, non-functioning meters, and meter vandalism, while 30% relate to physical losses. To address these challenges, Chair, we have made the following, which are being implemented, corrective actions are being implemented. Number one is we are replacing all the meters. We used to have metal meters, which are now vandalized for sale for scrap, which is becoming a big issue. The company has secured some funding from water sector to procure 1,000 consumer meters to replace, which will be installed before the end of 25-26 financial year. Secondly, Chair, strategic partnership. The county is collaborating with the county. The company is collaborating with County of Elgeyo Marakwet for support acquisition of additional consumer bulk meters. However, meter servicing remains sole responsibility of the company. The third thing is enhanced surveillance, and the fifth is billing system optimization. While monthly billing is in place, the system will be reviewed to ensure accurate meter readings and timely invoicing. Also leak detection, and a dedicated team tasked to identify and repairing these leaks. Non-revenue monitoring, water monitoring framework, and non-revenue monitoring water reduction strategy will be developed, including performance targets and regular reporting on the same. And finally, customer engagement and awareness. We have been engaging the customers to raise awareness on the importance of water loss and impact of non-revenue water on the company's operation. Therefore, we even have a number to report leaks, which when members of the public see some leaks, we have a number now that you can report. We have also established a dedicated team for non-revenue water by investigating illegal connections and authorized reconnections. Chair, we want to address this. We just for the committee to note is that we are in the process of negotiating with Safaricom to give us a system, a software, and also a smart meter to be installed in these two companies. On the Chemawasko, Chair, Kapsawar and Kapcherop Town, it used to be water projects. So we have just converted water projects to be, and that is why we don't even have the meter that is supposed to measure. But currently, Chair, there is a project implemented by North Rift Water that is continuing to, it's in implementation to expand the pipeline and also to put up all these meters so that the next time the auditor will be able to get all the information. For Chemawasko, we still charge a flat rate, and you are charging people who for the last 20-30 years have been getting free water. Sometimes we have cases of our officers being hurt because they are being chased by those ones. But we are doing a lot of awareness, and Chemawasko will be up and running. Chair, by the end of this financial year, we want to promise this committee that we commit that all those meters will be installed in Chemawasko, so that next time we have records on what they are supposed to be. Even the non-revenue water can be quantified, Chair.
Auditor, please.
Chair, the explanation or the responses that are given here are more proactive, and for us, we'll keep on monitoring the improvements that are done from year to year. However, if you looked at when we discussed Kapsabet Nandi water, I think there's a lot of good progress that is done from them. This is just a neighboring entity. They can also go and check what the other people are doing, in that they can also improve on theirs.
Good, you have been
So,
given
Chair.
some benchmarking.
Well noted, Chair.
So, Chair,
Kavindu.
I just wanted to hear from the governor, because he's losing a lot of money through illegal connections, like 1.7 million. What are you doing about the illegal connections? What measures are you putting in place? Maybe the manager can answer.
Chair, with your permission, allow me to give the CEO of the company to give us the specific measures that he is making on illegal connection.
Honorable Chair, we have laid out a number of measures. Like one, we are negotiating with Safaricom, Honorable Chair, so that we can be able to upgrade on our meters to be smart meters, so that we minimize on, we cap on the issue of non-revenue water. That is one of our major engagements. And then on illegal connections, we have a team which is going all round on daily basis, monitoring from house to house, doing audit from house to house, so that we check on any anomaly on illegal connections. Honorable Chair, we will optimize and upgrade on our billing system, so that we will be able to detect any form of illegal connections. And also on finally, Chair, we have customer hotline numbers that we encourage our customers to be giving us some confidential information on illegal connections. Honorable Chair. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
And are you satisfied?
I just wanted to know if the companies owed any bills by the county or any other government institution.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Now, how much?
Honorable Chair, the county government are actually paying the monthly bills. What we have on the problem is the National Police Service, which they are actually trying to pay the bills, but they extend the payment period to at least around 3 or 4 months, but they pay the bills. We have my accountant chair as the list of institutions with the outstanding debts, Honorable Chair.
Hospitals also?
Hospitals, Chair, the hospitals are paying the monthly bills. In fact, it's only a 1 month off bill that they are not, they are actually paying the bills, Honorable Chair.
They are current?
They are paying the current bills, Chair.
Okay, so maybe mine is just, I was in Koisimor village sometimes in December, and they were complaining about high bills. Do you meter the water, or you charge a flat rate? Because they were saying it was exorbitant.
Honorable Chair, all our connections are metered. We are 100% metered. But we have a minimum charge of 470 shillings, Honorable Chair, to be specific.
Yeah, that's what they are complaining about. Why minimum charge, even if you don't have water? WASREP gave you approval for a minimum charge?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Okay. So let's go to query the last query on Cherangan, lack of license from Water Service Regulatory Board, WASREP. Auditor.
Thank you, Chair. During the year under review, the company was operating without a valid license from WASREP, contrary to Section 72C of Water Act 2016, which gives WASREP the mandate to setting license condition and accrediting water service providers. In the circumstance, the company operations were not in line with the law.
Mida, put yourself on record first.
Thank you, Chair. I understand you could be overwhelmed. Good morning, everyone. Governor, my name is Senator Hamida Kibana, member of this committee.
Good, Governor, your response?
Thank you, Chair. It's true, Chair, that during the year under review, the company was operating without a valid license from WASREP, contrary to Section 72 of Water Act, which gives WASREP the mandate of settling license conditions and accrediting water service providers. However, Chair, Northern Rift Valley Water Authority, the county government and the board of directors has been working tirelessly and closely with the regulator to ensure that the company is registered as soon as possible. During the last engagement with the regulator and the agency, that is the North Rift Water, and the management of the company, the checklist of the guidance were deliberated on, and the agency is currently undertaking infrastructural improvement in both Kapsawara and Kapcherop schemes and proposed procurement of master meters, building system, treatment chemicals, and office and laboratory equipment to enable the company meet some of the requirements, Chair. Remember, even having master meters is a requirement for you to get a license. So, as pointed out earlier by the auditor, that we don't have master meters, that is even another issue that is affecting our licensing. The progress made seen from the inauguration of the new board. We have currently inaugurated a new board of governance, and training has been done at the Kenya School of Government in Mombasa, facilitated by North Rift Water, Kenya School of Government, and WASREP, courtesy of the Gatsby Africa early this year. This will regularize the company's operation by obtaining a valid license from WASREP and ensure the continuous compliance with all the regulatory requirements in Annex 3. Request letter for assistance with regulator, minutes for the meeting with North Rift, WASREP, and Chemawasco. So, Chair, that is the biggest challenge we have. This company has a challenge, but we are currently having a project ongoing, and we have a second project that we are expecting from World Bank that is going to upgrade this entire area to a project to a better service. So we are trying to ensure that we comply so that we get a license. However, getting a license leads a lot of challenges, but on our part as the county, we have already done the board. We are in the process of recruiting even the CEO, and already the public service board has an intent of recruiting the CEO for the company, and now we are moving. But the challenge is this company is still collecting very little, so it cannot even sustain itself. Therefore, that is what is hindering us. But with the project that we are undertaking currently, we will install all the master meters and the meters to the customers, and especially the commercial. And therefore, that will mean now the company will fully comply to WASREP regulations for us to get a license. It's a bit rigorous, but we want to commit to this able committee that we are going to ensure this is finished.
Auditor.
Thank you, Chair. For us, the query is still outstanding till all this are put in place, Chair.
Members, any clarifications, any queries? If there is nothing, members, your closing remarks, beginning from Senator Amida. Anything? You even happy?
No, I don't have anything.
You tell me, you happy New Year?
I did say good morning and everything. But Governor, I think you're doing well. I came in late, but I realized you're not badly off. Keep it up.
Get Paris?
Madam Chair.
Mbukwa? Kavindu?
Chair, I just wanted maybe the Governor to clarify to us when he's forming this board which will have gender balance. I can't let him go without answering that.
Yeah. You respond and then you make your closing remarks.
Yeah, I have already appointed the board for Chemawasco, and the chair lady is a woman with a PhD for Chemawasco. For Iten Water, I want to give a commitment of within a month we should be having a new board, and I will make women more women this time, and I will ensure that I personally deliver the appointment for you to check to confirm
gender balance, not just one woman being the chair. Gender balance.
Yes, Chair.
Thank you.
Governor, your closing remarks.
Okay, Chair, I want to take this opportunity on behalf of the county and my team to thank you most sincerely, and also to appreciate this committee because of the speed that you have taken currently to expedite these reports. As counties, we will be the biggest beneficiary. We hope the sister assembly, that is the National Assembly, will heed the Senate gesture of fast tracking. That will mean that counties can easily, the approved accounts can actually come to as recent as 23-24, and automatically, without breaking the bank, you will have supported the devolved units to get more money. That is my understanding, Chair, and I want to congratulate this committee for that wonderful job you are doing, and also to extend our gratitude from the community of Elgeyo Marakwet, that during the other time when we were discussing the new formula, we actually got the support of this committee. When I made a passionate appeal that you support the small counties, you went ahead and you implemented to protect new counties to get some additional affirmative action. And Chair, we are in the process of appropriating so that we can be able to use the money to change the lives of our people. We are suggesting that goes well. Chair, finally, is that there is another emerging issue that we will request again the senators to help. This is really in relation to salaries of county government employees. It is not sustainable for us to use the same amount that we have at the counties to continue adding salaries. You know, there are CBS negotiated every day. There is SRC increments every year. We were estimating with our colleagues that a small county like Elgeyo Marakwet, if they are not cushioned, we will just be salary payers. So we are requesting that anytime there is a review nationally by SRC, it should be coming with a commensurate increment. So I want to request Senate that let's separate the normal shareable revenue coming to us and because sometimes like Elgeyo Marakwet salaries can increase to up to 100 million in a year. So if you go to another big account, it can be up to 300 million. So we are requesting that anytime we have such salary reviews, which is nationally and it covers all the employees, we are requesting that we get a special dedicated allocation for that specific issue added onto our just what we do for doctors, so that we can be able also to have all the other staff benefit, and we protect also the development money so that we are not just salary payers. Thank you very much, Chair, and God bless you.
But thank you, Governor, and your team for honoring our invite. And we want to tell you that between now and 31st March, you are likely to be here more than twice or 3 times, because we want to comply with the law. The High Court ruled that as after tabling of the audited reports, we have to deal with them within 90 days. And those 90 days are lapsing by 31st March. And this means we meet all of you, all the reports, and we have to also retreat and do our reports and table in the House, and the House approves. So you see, we have a very tight deadline, and we are requesting when you get an invite, as a committee, we are not encouraging any deferment or postponement because we don't have time. So if you are engaged, we are saying the governors to reschedule what they want to do and appear in Senate, both CPAC and CIPIC, so that we can finish this. And we are also asking our sister house to support devolution by ensuring they are up to date. You can imagine if even a year behind, say 23, 24 or 20, you see Elgeyo Marakwet County is likely to get about 7 billion. And the problems that we have, as you know, my colleagues, even in your county, Isholo, Lamu, Vega, even Governor's County, they are actually like employment bureaus. They are paying salaries and the development is minimal. And because of the support that we gave you as Senate, and you are getting 372 million every year for the next 5 years, financial years, we are also requesting you sit down with your MCS, that either issue that is messing up the Elgeyo Marakwet County, negotiate with them if the law can be amended, or at least agree on a policy where a percentage, say 30, 40 or so percentage, remains with the executive so that you can do flagship project for the people. Otherwise, after 5 years, the people will say we have done nothing. And it's because of a bad law, Otherwise, I was here to say thank you, welcome, and Chani messages back home. Meeting adjourned. Members, maybe we adjourn for 15 minutes and then we can come back for the next meeting. Asante sana.